How oligopolies changed the sound of hip-hop forever. The sound of hip-hop has evolved dramatically over the years, but not all change is for the better. A significant factor influencing modern rap's artistic and business landscape is the rise of oligopolies in media ownership. This shift, fueled by the Telecommunications Act of 1996, transformed an art form that once thrived on innovation and diversity into a more homogenized, corporate-driven product. The rise of media oligopolies. An oligopoly occurs when a small group of companies dominates a market, controlling key aspects like pricing and content. After the Telecommunications Act deregulated media ownership, just 4 corporations gained control of over 70% of broadcasting, print, and internet media outlets. This consolidation not only restricted the diversity of voices in media, but also set the stage for the commodification of art, including hip-hop. While antitrust laws like the Sherman Act of 1890 and the Clayton Act of 1914 were intended to prevent monopolistic practices, loopholes allowed oligopolies to flourish. By the late 1990s, these corporations began shaping the music industry to maximize profits, often at the expense of artistic expression. From innovation to imitation, hip-hop's golden age, spanning the 1980s to the mid-1990s, showcased groundbreaking talent and innovation. Artists like NWA, Tupac Shakur, and the Notorious B.I.G. redefined the genre, addressing social issues and pushing creative boundaries. However, the years following 1996 saw a noticeable shift. The sounds and styles that once defined distinct eras began to blur, resulting in a cloned and watered-down aesthetic. Corporate control of radio and television further amplified this trend. Songs were played on repeat until audiences accepted them, regardless of originality or talent. The rise of auto-tune, ghostwriting, and heavily manufactured personas further diluted the authenticity that once made hip-hop a voice of the streets. The conflict between art and business. At its core, hip-hop is about storytelling, self-expression, and cultural identity. These values often conflict with the profit-driven motives of large corporations. When a handful of entities control the industry, they dictate what gets produced and promoted, often sidelining voices that challenge the status quo or lack mainstream appeal. Artists today face a stark reality: creating music that aligns with corporate interests or risking exclusion from the industry's dominant platforms. This dynamic stifles innovation and reduces hip-hop to a mere commodity rather than a cultural movement. The legacy of deregulation. The Telecommunications Act of 1996 not only reshaped the business of music, but also marked the symbolic end of hip-hop's golden age. The death of Tupac Shakur that same year serves as a poignant metaphor for the genre's shift from raw authenticity to corporate polish. As the influence of oligopolies continues to grow, the challenge for artists and fans alike is to preserve hip-hop's original spirit. Whether through independent platforms, grassroots movements, or community-driven initiatives, the fight to reclaim the genre's integrity is far from over. In the words of veteran hip-hop artists, it's time to prioritize art over commerce and bring the soul back to the music. The question is, will the industry listen?